Me pacho de obey any say oba subscribe it, ne share, ne like it, ne send the movie so in your binge. A higher case pause. Case pause. Madinka culture, the ye come was most by a Sante Kotoko because ye ukumase. Ana Tim Papa Bakwa Ewo Europa ye need dear Barcelona.
Manchester United and Shebi Arsenal ese baako ewo Premier League. Ken me nipa baako a se yebo match a na ewie a de obewini no. The first thing is to acknowledge the winner. Enu a game e call so ewo Old Trafford no. Arsenal na win game no. Meji to mu say Arsenal enya the best of game no aye course no. Arsenal enya omu dey. Arsenal entimi an dominate e te say the enim Arsenal no. Nemum, Arsenal to me manage say at the end of the 90 minutes, obenya 3 maximum points. A league na yebo. Every 3 points be a very important. So person compete e Premier League across England. Ye ma 3 points be entwemu nko. Enti emfa ho ne kwan a obefa so win sa 3 points no. So enra emfa ho say Arsenal omo suffer ye. Arsenal entimian dominate Manchester United no. At the end of the 90 minutes, the OJ 3 points no ye Arsenal. And every good team biano. Se o pesa ultimate dominate with domestic competition, o pesa obo at the highest level. And your match biana obe dominate, your match bu owa. Ube wini, ba obe use the ugly way. Sorry to say now the wini. And tienra, the edi kind, my member Arsenal for nabaso. Se omuko Old Trafford, I was our pressure we mu. Se omun entimian dominate no. Obo manage yes so mutiminya 3 points no. The first thing is to acknowledge Arsenal. Can you ball game in area no? Manchester United fans, no majority of them, not only happy with the performance of Manchester United. And yes, Manchester United, elusu, and omeni aji derby. Se o kano kra league na ekoso England no. Your clubs ni bi wo ho a in terms of collective play. Omo performance no obeka so omo osoro say Manchester United. Currently, se o for Manchester City, o for Liverpool, o for Arsenal. Na o say o ye fair. Only ahead of Arsenal team, a Manchester United team no. It is a Manchester United equal Arsenal. Now Manchester United individual performance no me better than Arsenal. Manchester United collective play no me better than Arsenal. Manchester United tactically no me better than Arsenal. Manchester for any job imagining and the majority of our supporters so many imagining and say almost say nyoma ba ku mienu miensa bi ka ho a ebetima mo compete. So Manchester for no many ageno and our performance no a good sign. Omo hu say omo toto omo nyoma ye na performance no omo di bika ho a Manchester United betima performing. That's the reason why Manchester United fans no section of them omani age. By Ken, good performance alone ain't be my own compete at the highest level. Manchester United enu omo perform very well. By some performance na interest Manchester United betima compete. Se Manchester United betima compete our Premier League this season again. To me, on be here nyoma miensa. The di kan aye consistency. And no Manchester United lose ye by performance no. E twamfoni di atre say na Manchester United bet waso dia and Manchester United be yade. So for Manchester United so betima compete our English Premier League this season no. And was Manchester United very consistent with their performance. The quality of performance a bet what was no and a bit Manchester United team do some pempenso. Last season, your matches be or Manchester United performed very well. Almost supporters nearly no more did you say bet was so by matches and no many no massa could go on who any massy. So what take teams are dominating Premier League now a teams are only very consistent with more performance and results. And to Manchester City now Kasabe dominating Premier League no e ya check your more performance on be dominating on be very consistent with results never ban. Liverpool a Premier League the same thing. Chelsea the same thing including Manchester United name. Manchester United at the time I know more dominating Premier League no me very consistent with more performance and results. And the end performance no alone and to be Manchester United then compete at the highest level. And how consistently on bet massa performance that what was so. The second thing, a level of understanding the way improve. And I can say Shadia, Cunha, Mbuemu, Sesko Bemu, Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo Bemu no. Say there's a certain level of pattern of play. Who say omo bobo pa, but we do the final third. Understanding na nke wo say wo ho, Emma sa final third structure no, very solid. Now we understanding you. Because omo mbo omo ho nche, afi na omo nyina ebebo omo ho. Enti se Manchester United betima sa compete game a, understanding na omo benya e wo omo team nim ebeye very key. Without understanding, unya poor structure. Enti teams omo sa dominated leagues ni nyina, teams are omo proper understanding on the field. Enti se wo check kunya embuamu ana sesku. Na imagine say o mate omo ho ase Bruno Fernandes amade alomu na ate omo ho ase a won say o betima perform. So Manchester United will need understanding and tactical dominance. Dia na Ruben Amorim de be Manchester United team a tactically o betimi dey beating the opponents. Strategy be na o be use o dey beating the opponents. Actions be bibia was a coach ni use bia no e was o mu use. Can in terms of individual quality. Obi ntimi kan say Manchester United ni individual quality. Uyi omo first level den no omo sha ase free ho a hwe omo free bench by Amad Diallo, Ugarte, Sesko, Harry Maguire. Even Pokrano, Lisandro Martinez wo injury. Mazraoui wo injury. And in terms of individual materials, team my friend is Manchester United. E will be by Diakano a consistency, understanding and a tactical dominance. And Manchester United enrana science ni a positive there. Nemum ombe hia sa nyoma we e dia compete. Wolves etine fie Emma Manchester City be share 4-0. Last season, nyoma nkoyi amfa Manchester City in the Premier League. Omo toso third. This season Manchester City person almost dominated Premier League ni bi. And so betima dominate here e was almost sha ase yi. And almost sha ase yi against Wolves omo ko share 4. Ken, ye ball game ni nyina awie ye no. Player obi abo na baso. Eye Tijani Reinders. Okay say Manchester City sign no. Omo bo FIFA Club World Cup no. Me no di abranti we komo office. And I me de say nipa dodo na enhu the performance of Tijani Reinders. Ken, obi a ohwe Italian Serie A obi ohwe AC Milan bia no. Tijani Reinders performance na enye no nwa. On say most nansen nipa dodo na end time follow Italian Serie A. Enti the performance of Tijani Reinders ne be ye no nwa kakra. But obi bi onima brantie we wo AC Milan Italian Serie A no. De oye ne na no against Wolves ne enye no nwa. Ade na ehun be hia ne se obetimi adapt wo Premier League ni mu ntem. Because Premier League ne bo edne. Enti se wo sign player free other league with the bar who expect say obetimi adapt quickly. Enya de ebo Tijani Reinders by the quality. Nano against Wolves. Pep Guardiola decided so about Tijani Reinders, Bernardo Silva and Nico Gonzalez won finfin. Oma Tijani Reinders e wo pretty as a mezela. Obi oye mezela or ye half winger and or ye half midfielder. Sa player and the balance at the that side of the field no. Enti nano against Wolves Oma Tijani Reinders e bo as a mezela. By kid, Shabrant and performance. How was he Manchester City in a build up? How was me boy you to me open space and provide a passing option around opponent in the penalty box? Ne ball carrying ability. How was me holding ball no and making sure so be using the physicality and the amount that chip passes are the the final third. And again, in terms of creativity and a goal scoring, and now certain your type floating around opponent in the box no ultimate goals and no creativity. And the game ne no not Tijani Reinders ama go as I assist. Me hope so better as our performance we are so. Or you one player personally, now over Manchester City, na mujidi so betimi a flourish. And the first game, Tijani Reinders and Guni Hunma say, obey a star and the talking point of Manchester City set up in him. Chelsea etnefie goalless against Crystal Palace. And your results back majority of Chelsea fans, you know, not Chelsea fans don't want any, including me. Now we did a match in by Chelsea be finding a way to win. Can there be a meguswa kasa same way say see a bomb matcha? Say a targeting be say or your favorite and no interest automatically. Sa team ni ko wini. Say o your favorite chese o advantage ahead of opponents. But no interest chinchina wo kwa kwose. Going into the game, na Chelsea na a your favorite. That's the reason why na majority take Chelsea so be winning. By game ne sha se no, the opponents Crystal Palace finding a way to stop Chelsea. Emma Chelsea stop fire. Oliver Glasner and Crystal Palace. And Emma Chelsea stop fire. Minjina baby adan kokasa Chelsea team nenye. Minjina baby adan kokasa Chelsea bobo kono enkoyi. Name opponent na Chelsea ne boy no. Eto to ni nyoma yi. So the first thing I need to do is to acknowledge Oliver Glasner and a Crystal Palace. The kind of performance are Omodema at Chelsea. Crystal Palace equals Stamford Bridge. Crystal Palace nimse on to me ko any Chelsea in Kobo. Crystal Palace nimse on to me ko dominate possession. And here was almost finding a proper way to stop Chelsea team. No? And so what check Chelsea lineup on the chance here. Se Chelsea bobo no obo Kukureya, obo Caicedo, obo Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto, Gatins, Kopama, Mone Joao Pedro Ma. Game plan is clear. Eye Gatins and a Pedro Neto and a bear the withholders. Ye can be so you be a withholder. Eye player or Tajinan 10-10 or expand the opponent over the wide area. Ye from withholders. And now ye Gatins the Pedro Neto and a bear the withholders at Yama Chelsea. Chelsea in attacking transition. And now Chelsea in possession. Kukureya moving fin. Abeka Kopama. Enzo Fernandez Caicedo say, Omubenya numbers are media dominating from the midfield, and they are creating chances nina. So Chelsea game plan on Mudiko game nina clear. By baby, would you Oliver Glasner? Ordinary flowers, ordinary credits, Ebema Crystal Palace near say. Baby at Chelsea at home they were, and how best to put Chelsea. Dear Crystal Palace new Oliver Glasner here in second. Use a 5-sided geometry block. Semi breaking it down no be atin ho ase a se ye ka se team be use a 5-sided geometry blocker a team o defend ya without the ball o make sure say obenya 5 side no was saying 5 angles and anytime be na Crystal Palace enkura ball ni bia ubehu na 3 players omo anim ho ebereche eze Mateta anasa omo be drop deep sa 3 players no ebe close lane say Joshua Echampong Saloba and Rich James ain't mean located Chelsea midfielders no. Ain't umbe block Chelsea midfielders no. Defenders need view from locating the midfielders. Then again, Abrati a friend say, "Aye Hughes." Ebe make sure that time you obey Jina Kopama so. Then Richard ebe Jina Kukureya so. Then Magay ebe close down Enzo Fernandez. So every single player, our Chelsea bobo konim no. Who say Crystal Palace for no a close you down. And to Chelsea for no a players no ain't me and that freedom to open up a Crystal Palace bobo kono. And to Tendiano that 5-sided geometry block no na a year Juma de Crystal Palace bobo kono. Na time you mu defend ya only a very solid and compact. Na ye difficult for Chelsea to open up. And to Kino wants a Chelsea about 71%, 71.5% of ball possession. Can one in Chelsea passes on my mind. Chelsea ma 568 passes. By Busa won't say. Some passes no me create enough chances in my Chelsea and I know. Chelsea had 19 attempts to score and we 3 penalty on target by Shadiwi. Chelsea will pass be no players of 9 car ball. Chaloba the 9 car ball 117 times. Chaloba the defender. Do not the 9 car ball can see Tosumi no e Joshua Champon 108 or day defender. Do Tosumi and 9 car ball Rich James defender 95. Do also 4 for the 9 car ball Chelsea Aye Caicedo 85 or your defensive midfielder. And to go now Chelsea dominated possession no. Obobo actually. Okay. When him say Dilap ebe mu 9 car ball 10. Kopama 9 car ball 48. Gatins can 28. Joao Pedro can 9 car ball 23. And to go name called the opponent half. So Obeka say Chelsea team Obeka say yes. Omo performance name is so. By Crystal Palace no. Crystal Palace no kin. Na omo performance that
like so many big games
ebo
Crystal Palace there
and few chances I buy no okay obi to say Andre Santos chance and nko was so Pedro Neto the Dilap the so na e was so so you know a big one in the match so na me no ka say no Pini Zahavi offer Benjamin Pavard the Barcelona the Barcelona okay. Leicester City so reject 26.7 million pounds from Sunderland, Abdul Fattah Isahaku 26.7 million. Almost your monje. Anna Nicolas Jackson Lukaku prana we prano. Mete sena wo ye story bi. Omo de Nicolas Jackson aka options me ho for Napoli.
Check it here na
Ken na mamen toaso. Mamen ko basa na me free homra. Share over the years, dear Ama La Liga no, amount for interest, to the be an omutiatia break, referees decisions, and in Yamana a siwa La Liga anymore. Last year, every single game went under scrutiny. Barca, Madrid, we see me. To the extent say, if you league, you know, La Liga Referees Association, they had to cancel in Yamani group, no, as also reconstituted the group. One of the measures, and I know that kind of say, referees near money dintam, your born in 24 hours, your kobobo. Knowing say, some problems that you face or La Liga ni munyinano, every time you're done, we're going to have a proper La Liga season. Sound La Liga for the sayable. Dear course weekend, Barca Mallorca no. I'm not talking about the game again. Again, we are back to Sir Referee's incident. Yanko baby, Getting kind. The decision to appoint Luis Monera, I think it was absolutely wrong. Monera, last year, no Barca, Madrid versus Osasuna. Oko show red card Edema Jude Bellingham say Jude Bellingham didn't attempt. Madrid for no casa or your Barca ni. Emma Madrid for no konifie ko yi. Pictures ni videos Eddie Barca Messi tare ni fie ho. Beboa. Yeah, the pictures. And one accusing in your money bebre. To the extent they say, Papa na fe kra de. No are you frustrated? Each money jina nchen. And I'm saying so cast or I clear all allegations. So this is a manner your body ding abatabasa home. If you want to start on a clean note, nobody bust a game and come on train kakra. But what in command when you didn't say. Now, Obiani ni basa name Madrid mun come on facing China. Let's have a proper conversation. And even a course no. One, go na hafinya share. Masha Bono Uncle. It was a clean goal.
Bono is in natural line.
Exactly.
But Osha, you were seeing the game.
Can't somebody by my me mom said, me Mr. Kind of it was a clean goal.
Okay. Antra
line. Because Bono say, Mrana say, as I say, whole circumference, then the extra line. And a Bono Masha angles in the brie. Uncle and a lamy yama ye bony pee. So my for ni case, it was situation way. Second goal for Torres goal. Now watch this. Ebiana referee ni Trimuposo obedi born di ama Barcelona. But the reaction ni near maybe ebe mama fa link say akwano nusuban oyese obedi born e di ama Barca. Now, me pese me ni wodi nkomo yi pa. Ke to benya picture stamp de ma wona. First incident hwade. Se benya pictures na. Okay. Ken Wadaroma, watch this. 22 seconds. Sorry, 22 minutes 56 seconds. And a ball no call ball real and a ball and him not off from. Pacho, check a minute. Head injury. Imran says so obi tough from one. It's sanity. A bit me community. Imran said, Gina game no. This be a Gina game no. It's a ball any more tough from no. Mallorca planning a signal to referee say, I bought any more one tough from. Stop the game no. Tio, 22 minutes 56 seconds. Next one. Referee no into Shadi Obabe. Next one. And on their bench no. So Obeba Ben. Where's 22 minutes 57 seconds? It's just 1 second after boy in the top for or their bench no. So Obeba Ben. Incidents me boa. So who television said Obeba Ben. Satan no boni be different Torres walk round.
Okay.
No boni different. And yes, they be din one waka say. Me de man, me de share man wana obo it is a lie. Iti born name be different Torres walk. Born abenishena no obeba ben ma born nko born to net no na 23 minutes 2 seconds, so that's like about 6 to 7 seconds in between. Born share anyway ya ben dey feel no.
Yes, so stop again.
Listen, iti sa in some na better bontin say auto formula na born it is a lie. It is a liar. I mean, how to describe, because I'm giving you the evidence. About 6 to 7 seconds. I beni chiana no sa or beba ben or she game no sa na go niko she. What I say? It's a what year? Honestly, ebia na nye ni trim so obedi born the amaba so. But ni suba ni ebi no. And actually sa. But in the whole, I think say Barcelona were Barcelona, just that me disappointment and say now was some commission for the brave. But Barcelona decided say almost slow game down. Good one. Madrid the NHL. Ken. Dear Tosubio, Manchester United game. Ruben Amorim the 4th game as Manchester United coach on Arsenal the boy. Sometimes no I say Leicester, no I say Everton. Now attention on Ruben Amorim so ye pa. In that game, omo born in December. Now moi who are that go and watch that game. United played very well. Man you lose 2-0. 2 goals ni nyina a set pieces and the goals ni by. In fact, that game no Arsenal enya corners makoma ko 13 ye bop pa corner nko. Arsenal the 2 corner kicks na ball no ye be ball Thomas Partey no akompia goalkeeper no akoshe ne kon echi na ohekel ne sa na ball na akoshe. Ye na Ruben Amorim say of you Manchester United ball the difference was set pieces. This is Ruben Amorim. I think it was about 4th of December last year. Okay. Throughout the season, teams are complaining at the Premiership for they say, Arsenal set pieces, no corners, no more no. Almost foul referees, almost foul goalkeepers. There has been complaints at clubs na diako. Into before the league, referees no call club to club. I can catch from say yeah, but corner. Yeah, but free kick a heckling be a bekoso. Our boxing will be a foul.
Bruno Fernandes, your Manchester United captain, after the game, I know because Omushio.
I don't cry.
Ebeka answer. I don't know what say Omedu picture so referees and change your
me that's say what can say. Omo call club to club explaining the new rules say heckles because clubs now be complaints say Arsenal for dey no mo ye no. Eya no mo foul goalkeepers no. Go last year, some catch us Partey, Miami near Partey, or no one start to question goalkeeper in chain. Now some more hacker crack. I farmer bra. In this season, Arsenal assistant routine says so many now go actually. Oh, here television as well. Near ba no munina ba inti. About to say, Omunjina penalty box in Munomaka heckle. But the reality was that, and not the see one goalkeeper at in the 1 yard. Sakwan oda post mo esa we scary upie ye kane no nti e ya no mo hwek smiker mo ne ade no kra wo ye play wo slow because the penalty box no say sa area ho kekre bi na wo nanim na ya wo goalkeeper nankasa area no you need to be scary there because player be do rough referee no knows that it is your area but ono nankasa oda post no wa ye memreme nti they targeted him. Watch this. In as much as I would want to say, goalkeeper na nyade, Arsenal for foul goalkeeper no. And I'll give you evidence. Maybe I'll show your television. This is Saliba clearly holding Ataba in the Nensa. Nensa no dey den. Be in the page Nensa so the Nensa na block ball no. And now Saliba, what don't say can just say what's distracting the position of where Ataba in that want to punch the ball. Clear foul. This is clear foul, and I'm wondering why referees in a far for now knowing very well some one so na mo dem ramba say hecklings be because to be am be na ma free money ahwedi and try. Second one, Ken. Ade ba question so kire ma adwen so kakra ne say Manchester played very well. Na Kunya any mbuemu a kire say wonya EPL experience because also adaptation is easy. Because Premiership they know ins and outs. They know how difficult it is. Send you run into spaces and you're afraid the coach they know. Name this is why my problem is 65 minutes inside the game. It is quite obvious to say Sa in Buemona Ojina Hono Boni Bedinwa Obo Kunya as a number 9 or drop it deep ebe Bobo Nibi. Na Messi Mount also was playing one name na Manchester United Elake said body could do any more ball net. I felt to say the substitution of Benjamin Sesko was absolutely wrong decision from the coach. Sesko already meba preseason one year papa bia o.
Yeah, one year preseason. But I'm here preseason game be man.
Hey, say a boss ana ewiemu ball. Won say my point and say can me the Sesko crab back last 5 minutes. Because I felt a sad time no. Now was say Bruno Fernandes ekwa enim ho bi. Na ekwa ye Bruno Kunya and Mbuemo. No the call be menu ebe gina fifo no controlling na because clearly na nim ho omo hia obi a oni ball no se na esi kaka ball no eto net ho no Benjamin Sesko because ba ye sa 20 something minutes no boy na can ball just 7 times o just 7 anya say ye nam form so clearly ball no ankasa no anya onya adapt very well who the jokeress here I felt to say Arsenal so some rush boy no ono so we nya proper pre-season Arsenal are just rushing the boy and mama boy no kofo di na terms are and so I don't understand. Chelsea Crystal Palace okay get say Crystal Palace Saturday me catch up say interviewer me say ya me yam shame eh the ana slots e kan after community shield game no and I say 2-2 no mabo no na ni age and so lose game no say oh game na need 2-2 na ni age ne say last year we bought Crystal Palace o mitimi an 2 goals in for the defense na dey supporters dey here no pa but check here there na opeso chess a Crystal Palace for when they sit and they say they want to defend massa
many big games
hey
Crystal Palace
oh I'm there say intimi no mo bonus now we see this is where the whole issue is Chelsea for first phase of build up coach no on Feniagro say goalkeeper achi ball no the ball na man the defenders na the ball ni man midfielders and I say first phase of build up into Chelsea first phase of build up on 3-2 near 3 defenders 2 midfielders into debia no first phase don't pass the ball no into time will be answer Chelsea first phase of build up na obi aye fit Levi Colwill and the same fifi because pass the ball no well international Levi Colwill pride coach no tell some kind also be affecting the build up into penifo no for bimra na the closest player betimi aye the Levi Colwill tossing na darabia yo ono so pass well kakra person he was not part of the game. Intina clearly it was going to affect Chelsea's build up and the can be a solution say Chelsea for nyai say omoye sa first phase of build up no carry ball no and go fast and no anymore but coach na insist say pass the ball let's have our proper phase. It's enema you Josh Echampon did very well on Make Mateta out of the game. Nemo Saboni kuta Josh Umuya ya starting game no nan passes na SS rough Nenyo no kwa because I felt to say Josh Echampon no or struggle with build up no Ray James ni senior players Chaloba one so the ball to check it's clearly Sir Crystal Palace for the press room the Chelsea first phase me that was the first problem because we went carry ball now any one time. It is a Chelsea face difficulties in their first build up Kopama who game no so and until they game no I'm for classic draw Pedro and Moboni we see they all played but born exactly
but on board and so much as on located Kopama because Kopama na grow waje Club World Cup in the friends conference league senya manka ebe habi
season na
because we got 9 months so shopping play go
since January
we see January mu now mo born share go one penalty
open play
some located because onya born
you see Chelsea how do they locate Kopama by building up okay. If they get their build up wrong they cannot locate him. Inti again here but nessa
Crystal Palace obe obi adi
me ba cho say free kick na dey obi achi ase Chelsea insisi obi a me say
in Spain and Kaya Kasiya pa
they will say emrano ye clear say
be na ekoso obi nsa a obekai say yes obi nsa I go keep a chebo yes on nsa yes no wanyere no keep na anyere no
oh they were there
say do man na ho dey nche
no I say say
obi ho dey nche Moises ka
the mpacho also ma make asa kakra dey tie ne say enkane no na ye to walla na player ba kwa akose mfinfin no o pimpia the FIFA says that thing hard thing dia hina na yafanya man you mudi enti say na assist enti the fact say am for ba kwa anya adwuma je say me am for ba kwa anya adwuma emra ne say 1 meter rule free kick ni si wa enti kembe ba cho gina ha pause mame before free kick ni be oh ka ogina wa before free kick ni be call na bibia ye perfect too but say magay e pushing the one na or trust 1 meter between the wall and the next okay
because we jawa obecheche ndimo Nipa na also too much or your fit will people on that you soon now you say ya people be Ligi and I guess sen kan kra bi ka to so champion ka media to ono na you pim na you J para you J you know o check o pim jo bi ha ana we pim fio
I said
church for mo
kiram o ye Roy Keane story bi na me de link it to the Manchester United game. Roy Keane say Manchester United supporters no. It looks like say omu nim team no omu di achi no.
Mo.
Na supporters no any age after losing a game against Arsenal. Roy Keane is a legend of Manchester United. Obo Manchester United Gigi Nkuruwa Edema Boko no. He played for Manchester United for more than 10 years. And clearly. So such a person like Manchester United as someone onim team na or kan ho asem no uye no ni free one man if you've known Manchester United on kai hwe krampo under the era of Alex Ferguson now we success at Manchester United choke here or performance at Manchester United dynasty at the point Manchester United was the only club senior Pep Guardiola now what be the Premier League na to asomiensa in the Premier League era. This is the club we are talking about when your success is bebre it is all sa niam ni nyina na enne United be lose game. Na Manchester United support any beje. So we lose 1-0 na mu bobola. On Roy Keane be ya adwene. But the bia make say issue be bia Keane at second. It was two sides. The Manchester United supporter is happy because when we improvement over the Manchester United play. That is why the supporters are happy. And not necessarily the loss to Arsenal, Derby. But Manchester United no won last season. How poor na Manchester United performance next year? Any ball are United ball. Any you here in the first game of the Premier League. Not to do na adwene you almost Manchester United they see last season no. And no be na say ba bi no. And no na Manchester United supporter na ni age. Can last season Manchester United and Arsenal share 3 times. 3 times in the Barca na game week 14 in the English Premier League. And na kwaku kan wasem no. Manchester United lose 2-0. All lose 2-0 no in terms of ball possession. Na 50-50. But a lot of chances in the game. And then maybe here we game nim no. Arsenal na yes anema. From there, almost say share our FA Cup mu. FA Cup na Manchester United had the penalties. Eddie Arsenal bobo ko ni free. Kin oyi Arsenal left him on penalties no. In terms of ball possession, Arsenal ball 70% and Manchester United ball 30. Say your chances creation. Say your shots on target. I give you a game nim bia no peti mo yeah. Na your Arsenal bobo ko no. From there, the second meeting will league nim almost to share in week 28 se me kind year pa. Sa game nim so yeah 1-1. Arsenal about 68% of ball possession. Manchester United ball 32. It is all Manchester United last season on the Arsenal meetings. Any ball on my boy. Now already Manchester United boy for the first time since Manchester United share Arsenal 8-2 in 2011. Ken Manchester United share Arsenal about 20 plus shots in a single game. In C.
Almost shots more than 20.
More than 20 plus.
The last one about 20, almost 8.
Against Arsenal. Almost Arsenal 8-2. Since then, on share Arsenal 8 more 20 plus shots in a single game. It will Premier League. These are the things that Manchester United supporters never more money aje. And yes, Abia will lose it to Arsenal. Aside, I was happy with the play of the Manchester United team.
Okay.
And certain individual performances. Now we'll come at just delete us. For the first time, we will delete and any power in Mujidia or Ajax or Manchester United. The kind of performance or dynasty for United and now. We are only free one more. Look at the performance of Casemiro. How he controlled the game for Manchester United and now. Say that Casemiro wait me about. Me not sure say United supporter be sorry. Say Manchester United in compare Carlos Baleba.
Ugati also improve
Ken
Ugati say I say obey Casemiro and Omisuyade.
Aye.
That's what Casemiro know about difference be any man.
Casemiro is even better than Ugati.
Namo ko ton be.
Ken say him so wait me about be. And oba him fire. It's the performance of Casemiro and it was very good. Oh yeah, no if you want more. Me Bruno Fernandes are only other partners to help him in the game. So all Manchester United last season, United a bubble. Now Obi stop Bruno. There is no creative spark. Now Manchester United team in finedum. But for Manchester United, so also Bruno Fernandes, more Mason Mount was creating. He was playing well for Manchester United. Oh, you're only free one man. Look at the performance of Cunha. Cunha fab ball, take-ons, dribbles, passes. At the end of the game, we say attack a bit in the area. He was doing it, with the exception of scoring. It is a Ora Sanyama way to see what game. Look at the performance of Ahmad coming from the bench. There was a lot of improvement in the Manchester United play. And when November United supporter any adje, and yes, we will lose against Arsenal. We can only be hopeful. The performance that was to say yeah. Then I believe the Manchester United this season never won home day because after winning Anakin, United performance and Manchester United was robbed. Who you goalkeeper and be free one man. Saliba tackle or the Cunha, it was a clear penalty. This ball.
No penalty.
Clear penalty. Referee ignore it. Almost the same. These are the signs. I'm a Manchester United supporters and yes, I will lose against Arsenal. The guys did well. And they have to continue with this kind of performance. Ken, Manchester City in Wolves. I was impressed with the performance of one player.
Okay.
Nico Gonzalez.
Nico, yeah.
Yes. Say a doba. Some brand ball from Manchester City because ABS a Rodri in the one. You be probably obey to me a gym. No, I get that a Jumana de Manchester City Bobo Konoa. And you joke. Because of the standard of Rodri. Play by last season and the performance they up and down. This season, the first game of the season. He was one of the best players for Manchester City, if not the best player. And now, I did a defensive midfielder bet me games when it comes to tackles. No, I had the Manchester City Bobo Kono. Tackle be okay, he had a 100% record. Of course. Yes. Obo ni nyina wie no osanso the goal kan and the goal babo mu aside that Tijani Renders is a new player in the English league but at least Nico Gonzalez last season eba midway through abebo kaka it's the new players na attention we almost here you meet me aba ground duels or call for 11 or we need 10. This is the kind of player we are talking about. Aside Ojibo oni wia the distribution was also super. Why defensive jobs and every Ojibo no call anymore. He had the most touches in the game. 98 touches. It will game anymore. When it comes to passing accuracy, about 78 passes or completing 72.
They're calling left and right and they're calling because it's a passes in the way.
Can passes and they're calling him. And one misplaced here, that is the most important thing.
To bomb keep and go and no count.
Many shots and before that no more pass. It's for me. I think that the performance, to stand in for Manchester City in the absence of Rodri was super good for Manchester City. Bobo
run of games. Met me like I say players are more impressive. 2 Ghanaian players. We have Cunha performance, and they beat me. Cunha and Shego. I say performance number she. Mohamed Kudus and Transcendent. Performance. Waiting media talk. Waiting media to 2 BR.
Oh yes.
Our performance this week. Our Premier League. Semenyo
the
Semenyo crowd and the level was and Tijani Renders. I think it's a player about quite young still respecting family still. Holland because never know where you say a normal. On this Holland they say we should 50 grand normal.
Yeah, I normal.
Okay. And I went be and Mbembo Kakra. The latest but 2 Ghanaians, Semenyo ne Kudus. We 10 players and have even 5 for his own count. 5
but Semenyo top 3.
Top 5.
Semenyo cry no week in Mokra, me meet me aka with the Bemanu.
I was a good
me patcho Richarlison Burnley. Burnley the Jonty with all due respect for someone to go to Anfield. For someone to go to Anfield, face this racism and near me at all, no. What crowd the first goal ni from? Your second goal, baby, or far ball ni the free, Masa, media, come here, your play your bit me not to play of the weekend. Maybe the man, EPL idea.
Yeah,
Masa, performance, they are not you.
Yeah, can David Raya so performance.
Yeah.
Mame, any